Okay, let's get started in creating a mail merge. The first thing that you want to do is make sure that your folders are set up correctly. So you're going to be saving everything inside your network drive on your computer. So over here under computer, or it might say this PC, you're going to see your first initial last name. That's where you're going to be saving all of your mail merge assignments. I'm not a student, so I can't really replicate that. So I'm going into my documents, but within your network drive, you're going to want to create a folder called Business Office Specialist. To create a new folder, you can use the shortcut up here, or you can just right-click out in the space, New Folder, and just create that. Inside of that, you're going to want to create another folder called Mail Merge Project 1. And then notice inside of that folder, I already have my addresses. You'll be downloading your addresses from Google Classroom. You're just going to want to make sure that you move them from your Downloads folder into your Project 1 folder inside of your network drive. Okay. I'm just going to start by opening Word and starting a new blank document. Inside of Word, I have my own tab for mailings, and the easiest way to create a mail merge is to use the wizard. So under Start Mail Merge, I'm going to choose Step-by-Step Mail Merge Wizard. And I'm going to follow these cues over here on the right to just help guide me along. First of all, in this instance, and for your project, you'll be creating a letter. So then you'll click Next. I'm going to use the current document, so I'm just going to create my letter right here. I don't already have one created. Next, I'm going to select Recipients. And as we talked about in part 1, most businesses or companies who do a mail merge already have an existing list. So that's what we're going to do this time. Make sure existing list is checked. And then you're going into Browse for that list. You're going to go to your network folder inside your Project 1, but I'm going to go into my teacher folder where I set that up. Business Office Specialist, Mail Merge Project 1, and then I'm just going to double click that addresses list. If you remember from the list, the very first row across the top contained column headers. So instead of starting right out with a name, it said first name, last name, and so on. So you're going to want to make sure that this box is checked and then click OK. This is going to bring up a little preview. It just gives you a chance to look at the data and make sure that it looks correct. A cool thing that you can do from here is you can sort. So this is what a business would call a bulk mailing. So just imagine that eventually all these letters will be printed, put into envelopes, and taken to the post office. If you sort your mail by zip code so that the post office doesn't have to, they can give you a discount rate. And so here you can actually come to your zip column and you can sort it. And that way your letters are going to be coming off in this order, and also your labels that we'll be printing later will be in this order and might save your company a little bit of money on postage. Once this preview looks great to us, we can just click OK. And then we're going to click Next to write our letter. Always when you're writing a letter, the first thing you're going to type is the date. So this is February 5th. And then we're going to put the address block in, the address of the person that we're sending this to. And so over here we have some pre-designated little containers. So I'm going to tell it I want an address block. And then I'm going to preview and make sure this is looking okay. I can actually toggle through a bunch of these and just make sure everything looks good, looks great. So I click OK. And then the next thing I want in my letter is Dear First Name. So there's nothing here for first name, so I'm going to choose More Items. And in my database fields, I'm going to make sure that first name is selected, and then I insert that. And I close this window, and I'm going to insert a colon here. And then I'm just going to write my letter. We're not going to make it very long. Right here, I want to state the scholarship that they received. So congratulations, you've been selected for the. I'm going to come back to more items and choose the scholarship here, which is going to tell them the type of scholarship. And I'm also going to type the word scholarship. So it should eventually say Regent Scholarship or Dean Scholarship or Alumni Scholarship. In the amount of, then I'm going to come back to my more items and enter the field for the amount. Okay. And then I'm just making this up, obviously. Please contact our admissions office by May 30th to accept your scholarship. And then we end. I'll elevate myself to Dean of Students. Okay, so we have our main document created now. We have our address block, our first name, the type of scholarship, and the amount. Oh, it looks like I got amount in there twice, so I'm going to take one of those out, or that will pull in twice, which won't look good. Okay. Okay, next we can preview our letters. So this doesn't finalize the document, but it lets us kind of see if we've set it up correctly. And it looks like I need to go back and add a $ here before my scholarship amount. So I'm just going to go back to previous. So back to where I see the funny little brackets. And I'm just going to put in a $ right there. Okay, now I'm going to go back to preview. That looks much better. Right here, I can toggle through. It also looks like my spacing is kind of not good right here. So I should be able to just take one of these and remove my spacing after paragraph. That should have changed it for all of them. Okay. Looks like I also need an enter right here. Okay, all is well. It's looking good. So once I've finished and preview looks great, I can tell it to complete the merge. And from here, I can either choose to print the letters, so I won't actually get to view them all. I can just tell it print all of these, or from record 1 to 25, or any piece of those. I prefer, however, to choose edit individual letters, and this is what you'll do on your assignment. And I'm going to merge all of the records, and it's actually going to put these into a whole separate document. This is similar to what I showed you in step 1. Okay, so I just have one letter after the next, after the next. And I'm going to go ahead and save this. This is what you'll also do on your assignments. You're going to come back into your Business Office Specialist, Project 1. And this is called your main document. No, this is called your merge document, sorry. And I'm going to close that. And then this first one, I'm going to save as my main document. Okay, so in the end, when I look inside of my folder for Project 1, there should be the addresses that you downloaded from Google Classroom and moved from downloads into your folder. There should be your main document, which contains your bracketed fields, and then your merge document, which is the last document that has one letter after the next contained in it. The last thing that we're going to learn to do is create labels, but I think I will save that for another video. So I'll pause right now and join me later to learn how to do labels.